now we are in the site builder and we're wanting to customize things. So the first thing that I want to customize is going to be the pop-up settings. So again, you just click on the pop-up settings. This is going to tell you um, what all the edits can be. So we're going to go through every little piece of it. Padding basically tells you how much margin to give it. So you see if I click the left padding here and I say 80, everything's going to scooch over. If I don't like that, I can reset it. You could do it for all four sides of it. Again, I'd recommend editing, keeping that to a minimum. The whole point of having a template is that it's already spaced out in a really aesthetically pleasing way, and so it's just easier to not mess with it. This is the background color, so you can change that if you'd like, or you could leave it. You can also change it to a picture if you wanted to. I'm going to make a mess here, but you see that? Change it into a picture instead. If you decide, hey, I don't want it to be a picture, you can just delete it and it goes back to what it was. There you go. So now it's back to the gray. You can make an image or a video, it just depends, whatever you want, or you can leave it blank the way we did. Now, just a quick note on that. Whenever you click on this, it's going to pull up all the pictures you've ever saved, and all the pictures that came standard with the stock photos that came standard with your website. If you want to add a new picture, you just hit this button here that says new upload, and then you can either upload a folder or a file, and it's just like uploading anything from anywhere. You go to your downloads and you can upload anything you want, and that's it. You can add anything you want, and then you find the picture that you want to use and you double click, and that's it. See, there's that picture now. So that's how you add photos. Delete that in. Okay, there we go. Overlay color is the same. You can disable the pop-up if you don't want to have a pop-up. And you can close pop-up on clicking outside, which means that I don't have to necessarily hit the X. As long as I hit anywhere outside of this box, it's going to get me out of the pop-up. You can also choose the width of it, and then you could show pop-up on exit or delay or none. So it just immediately, which I hate. I think it's terrible sales practice, so I'll never do that if you can help it. Going into advanced, you can create box shadowing around it, which just creates a little bit more drama. You see there, you can change the color here. See all the shadowing and all that. Haze is what we're messing with now. You can change border. You can change how thick it is. You can just like mess with all kinds of stuff to make it look however you want. So now that I've butchered it, let's get out of it. So that's with the pop-up. And essentially everything that you click on is going to be the exact same thing. So if I click on this, then I'm going to have the exact same options. Change the background. I can change it to a video, to media. I can change it to a video or an image. I can, instead of centering it, make it left justified or right justified. Change the color to anything I want. If I on this, that takes me to the navigation. So whatever's highlighted is what you're changing. So you can come in here and I can change home. I don't want home to be home. I want it to say stay. I don't know. And then you can either go to the page that is home, or I can link it to something completely different, a whole different URL if I want. But this basically says what we're going to do with it. You can change the font size on these. See what a mess that made. Which is why I say if you don't have to, try to leave this alone because it will make a mess, and then especially when you go into the mobile, it'll make it look even crazier. You can change the weight, you can change the typography. Um, mobile view, you could either make it the hamburger, which is those three little dots, or you can change it to any one of these other icons. Again, color options, you can choose to change the color of the font. Now this font is going to give you different options for different types of fonts. So this is the regular one. If anything's in bold, let's make that yellow. There's nothing in bold, but if you wrote me, so if I change this to if I changed it to bold, you would be able to see that in yellow. If it's italic or underlined, you can give it everything a different color based on what it is. You can have a hover background color, which I would not recommend. Again, you just want to keep this looking the same as possible. And then because I'm here, I'm going to see it says brand logo. So right here's what we're changing. I don't want that logo. I'm going to instead click on that. So now I've added this, but look at how big this is. So I'm going to change the size here to 25. Now let's see what happens up here. So that makes it tiny. So you can change it to 50. You can change it to 100. Whatever size until it's what you want it to be. Now here is the cool thing about that. Oops. You can, any image, you can choose an action for it. So this image that I just picked, if you keep going down, it says what happens to this image. Well, when you click on it, you can go to anything you want. A next step. For this one, we're going to go to a URL, and we're going to make that URL the home page. So this would be, Brandary.co. So that way, if they're navigating down the website and they get lost and like, oh my God, I just want to get home, then that would be where it takes them. If they click on the logo, it would take them there. And you can choose to have that open a new tab or not. So that's pretty much it. So anything you click on, you can go in and it will ask you what you want to do with it. You can adjust what it looks like. You can adjust where it goes. So this button will go to what? Well, it's a schedule an appointment, so it will go to a calendar. You can have it go to a variety of different things. You can also add in animations if you want. So you can do some super fun things. And the great thing about this is that, like, even a year ago, you needed to be able to code to do stuff like this. And, now you don't. It's just crazy. And then there's advanced, where you can, again, change spacing. You can change something like, I don't want this to be visible on the desktop. I only want you to see that on the mobile. So you'll see it on the mobile, it's still there, schedule an appointment, but on desktop it's not. Now it is again because I clicked it and it's blue again. So you can do all kinds of custom things. Um, it's really just about playing around. So say I want to change the color of this blue. That's not my brand color. My brand color is yellow. That's the color I pick. If I don't find your color, you can add a custom one and you just type in the hex code there. And then you add the color. Well, this one already exists, but you add the color and then include it. And so there you go. And then just keep saving, like I said, save periodically so that way you don't. Um, so just save your work. If you end up not liking it, again, you can always go to a prior. You can always go to a prior version. So if I go here and I say, oh my God, I hate what I did. I really like the blue version better. You can click on a different version of it and then restore that version. Okay. So there's one other thing that I want to um, show you. And again, all of these is exactly the same thing. You can change it out. You can delete it. If you want to delete it, you just trash it. If you want to copy it, you duplicate it, and then you can grab this right here and move it around to wherever you want it. If you say no, I don't like the way that made it look, you can just delete it. So it's super easy, drag and drop. The last thing I want to show you is how to add things. Now the reason I want to show you how to add things is because it can get a little tricky. So if you don't know what you're doing. So first you want to go through and you want to always add, see where these big sections are? Right here. First, you always want to add a section. So is it small? Is it medium? Is it wide? Is it full width? I go with full width. There we go. Once you've added the section, then you want to add the row. So do you want it a 2-column row? Once you add the row, you're going to add the element. So it's section, row, element. So now when I get down to the element, it's going to ask me, what do I want to add? Do I want to add a button? Great. Do I want to add a video, image, a calendar? I'm just adding random stuff here. There we go. So you can add whatever you want here. And then from there, you can go ahead and configure what it looks like. So now's where I can go in and I can make the customizations that I want. I don't like this green, that's not my color. It's yellow, it's blue. And I don't want normal spacing, I want it 3 times. I want the font to be huge so you don't miss it. That might be ridiculous. Oh, it's subtext font. Well, there you go. This is the one. I'm going to make it bigger. So you can go ahead and add that. So if you look here, there's all kinds of things you can add in. Image sliders, which is like carousel videos, images, FAQs, all of this stuff. You can also add in global sections. So if you want to add in an FAQ or a footer to the bottom, those are always going to be in all of the pages, and that's why we call it a global section. So when you go down, no matter what page on the website you're on, it's always going to have this stuff. So this is where you can add in what that is, and then you can go in and edit section templates. again, you go in and you can update. If you have a store, you can add in your online store. If you have anything that's pre-built, you can add that in. You can add in super fun buttons, social media icons, different images you might have. You can add a progress bar. You can see that here. And then if I don't like it, like I didn't want it here, I wanted it in the next section, you just hit that button. And you can move it around to wherever you want. You can just kind of scooch it. Or you can grab it and just drag it to where you want it. Oops. You can just drag it. There you go. Now it's up here. And so that's pretty much it. That is how to update your website and edit it to where you want it to be. Again, when you're done, hit save. And then you're going to want to hit publish. And that's it. You've now customized your website. And you're ready to go.